Agenda focus. Agenda focus. Why is it so important that we be intentional about what we focus on? Why is it important that we be intentional about what we focus on? Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So if we're not being conscious, if we're not really watching the things that we're focusing on, the things that we're putting into our eyes, the things on our social media feed, our social media food, the things that we're reading, the TV that we're watching, the emotions that we're feeling and we're focusing on and being stuck on and repeating and cycling through, the thoughts that we're focusing on. If we aren't intentional, if we aren't careful and very meticulous about, the things that we focus on, our life is not really going to be in harmony because we're going to always be constantly giving our attention and giving our energy to all these different things and all these different places. We're going to have our attention being pulled in all these different directions instead of really focusing and locking in on a few things that can really help us, a few things that can teach us, a few things that we can learn from, that can make us better, things that make us feel good too, things that make us laugh, but not things that make us feel good, but that don't really help us. It's good to have leisure time. It's good to have time where we're not really thinking, we're not really planning for anything. It's good to have that time where we just enjoy and relax and rest. And it's good to have that time where, yes, we watch some funny videos. That's good. But if we're always watching that, for example, scrolling, social media and scrolling, doom scrolling, for example. Doom scrolling is the enemy of focus. Doom scrolling is the enemy of focus. And what I mean by that is when you find yourself scrolling over and over and over, it's a big time waster. And you can be stuck doing it for a while. It don't take long to get stuck on there and just keep going to the next video, keep consuming. It's very easy because we're getting those little dopamine releases, we're getting those little cheap dopamine hits, and it's keeping us there. And the feed is feeding us food that we want to see. They know what we like. The algorithm knows what we like, and we really curate our own algorithm to a certain extent. I know they throw in some things in there, here and there, that we hadn't even been looking at or we hadn't even been really interested in or trying to search for. But a lot of times, for the most part, we determine the food on our social media. We determine what we're being fed with, right? So that doom scrolling is the enemy of focus because how many of y'all have scrolled, let's say for 30 minutes, and you don't really remember within the next hour, within the next 20 minutes, you don't remember what you was looking at. Maybe you remember a couple videos, but after scrolling for 30 minutes, there was a bunch of videos you saw, at least 50, because each is just a few seconds, right? So what is that doing to your focus? What is that doing to your attention span? What is it saying about you and how you use your focus and how you use the power of your attention? How does that reflect on you? The things that you focus on, how much you give things time. Do you just give 20 little 10-second, 20-second, 30-second videos? Is that what you really give your time every day? Doing things that you do it, you're not really intentional about it, and then you just forget about it. So it's like, how are you really living? What's the point? If we really think about it, what's the purpose of focusing on scrolling like that? Scrolling, not controlling the scrolling, not being intentional about what we are seeing, about what we are feeding ourselves. Some of us, we get on social media and we search up certain things. We type in what we want to see and we look up pages that we want to see. Some of us, we get on the page, the For You, and we just scroll. We just scroll and keep going until we get tired, or until our hands start to feel funny and we're like, okay, I gotta get off, until our eyes start to feel funny. I've done that, I've been there. And nowadays I be catching myself. I haven't done that in a while, but every now and then, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect. I still be getting caught up sometimes, just scrolling, being mindless. But it's about catching ourselves and asking ourselves, why am I focusing on this? What am I focusing on, really? Some of these videos, what am I focusing on? Some of these little challenges and like the dance videos and the funny little memes and stuff like that. A lot of those things are so funny, so creative. But a lot of it, on the other hand, is like just copying and paste. You know, everybody's making the same videos. Everybody's using the same prompts, the same little caption. The couples are doing the same thing. So it's like, how much of this do I really need to see until I'm satisfied? How many times do I need to see this same little skit before I'm like, okay, I've had enough? Or do I just keep going and keep consuming it until the next trend, until the next little thing comes out? Like, I don't want to say these things are terrible or anything, but sometimes my girl, she be having her little things, these little trends and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't care. They don't really make me laugh. It's not funny to me. I don't really see the value, you know? And I'm not trying to put her down or put down what she be watching sometimes, because of course she does also put in good things and be intentional with how she's using it and the thing that she creates and the thing that she feeds herself with. Very, very. But it's just proving my point that there's some things out there that people enjoy. Some people enjoy, and some people look at it and be like, man, I don't really get it. I don't really find that funny. I don't really find that entertaining. And, but it's beautiful though. I think it's beautiful because laughter is very healthy. Laughter is very good for the spirit, which is dope. So she can find joy in those things and other people, other girls, and everybody. That's good. But being consumed with it though, that's when it gets rough. That's when it's like, okay, let me take a step back. And then it's like, you got to ask yourself, okay, what am I focusing on most of the day? And like, where do I want to be? Because if you want to be somewhere where, let's say you want to have your own business or you want to be a coach, me, I want to be a coach. I'm working on being a coach. This is coaching right here. Coaching myself up. I got to coach myself up before I can coach others, right? So if I'm focusing on things that aren't really conducive, that aren't really building me up and getting me closer and closer and a step towards where I want to be, what am I focusing on? Or why am I focusing on those things? What's stopping me from not focusing on those things? What's keeping me hooked? What's keeping me stuck on focusing on these things that aren't really helping me, that aren't pushing me forward? Why? We got to ask ourselves. Focus is important. Focus is so important. I feel like from my experience, the longer form content that I do consume, that I do give my attention, that I do pay my attention, it allows me to be able to receive it more and I seek it out more. And I'm not really so attracted to short form content and short little videos and quick little reels and stuff like that, because I do enjoy sitting down, laying down, listening to a podcast or doing some push-ups, doing some exercises while I do listen to somebody speak just like I'm doing. It goes a long way, and it's an opportunity for me to focus long-term on something, to focus on somebody's voice, to listen to the words that somebody's saying for 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, which is a powerful thing in this day and age, because I feel like a lot of people are more attracted to the short form, the reels, the quick. We have the microwave mentality these days, microwave society. And I feel like it's all just ties back to focus. Because even taking the time and cooking our own meals and cutting our vegetables and washing the vegetables and letting the things simmer and boil and adding the seasonings and taking our time, giving things time. We don't really want to give things time anymore. We want things so quick. We want things so now, pronto. If it's not ready in a minute and a half, if it's not ready in 30 seconds or a minute from the microwave, I don't want it. I want to go buy some fast food. I want it now. I want my stuff quick. But it's all based on what we focus on, what we value. What we focus on reflects what we value. What we value reflects what we focus on. If you value meals and longevity and giving things time, you're gonna have a disposition where you cook more. You cook more, you listen to longer form things, you like to take your time. But if you value getting things as quick as possible and as fast as possible, more than likely you like to eat up more short form content, more reels. You like to scroll. You like that microwave food. You like them microwave meals, them TV dinners. Man, but it's all about focus. All about focus. What do you focus on each day? What's something that you focus on that's pushing you forward? That's getting you to where you want to be. There are corporations and people that stay out the way that really do go hard to make sure that they keep our focus, that they keep our attention, that they keep us distracted and keep us looking over here at this hand while this hand back here behind the back, right? They don't want us to see what's really important, what's true, what's powerful, what's impactful, what's helpful. They want us to look right here and see this marketing, see these commercials, get this food over here, try this new fast food, try this new burger spot, try this new app, try this new TikTok trend. You know, there's a lot of distraction and a lot of energy and effort going towards keeping us distracted and keeping our focus low. Because when we don't focus, a laser focus, y'all know the term laser focus. When a laser is not focused and concentrated, it's not going to burn through anything. It's not going to penetrate anything. If our focus isn't laser focused, if our focus isn't really concentrated, what goal can we penetrate? What goal can we see through all the way to the end? How can we accomplish what we set out to accomplish if we aren't laser focused, if we aren't down and willing to show up and persist and penetrate what we said we was going to penetrate? Even having sex, you can't even really have sex and enjoy if you're not focused. If you're not focused and present, you can't even really penetrate your girl like that. I'm talking about my perspective. Some of y'all like to penetrate these boys. I'm talking about Aaron, right? So, man, focus. It's all about focus. Focus. What do you focus on? What do you focus on day to day? How you getting towards your goals? How are you accomplishing what you set out for yourself? Are you focusing on things that make you feel good, that keep you in that high vibrational positive state? Or are you focusing on things that keep you down, that drain you, that keep you tired? What are you focusing on? What's important to you? What do you value? What are you willing to pay with your attention? Our attention is our currency. Our focus is our currency. Our time. What are we willing to give these things? That's it. If y'all have anything that y'all want to share that y'all like to focus on, any questions, agreements, disagreements, let me know. Let me know. Apart from that, be blessed. Be blessed. And let's get it. Let's get it each and every day. Let's get it, guys. Don't give up. Stay focused. Stay focused. Aaron, stay focused. I'm talking to you, dog. Stay focused, man. Peace.